Hey there, and welcome back to Ironman Completionist, the series where we try to complete RuneScape from a fresh Ironman account, taking a bit of a unique path, completing content as we go along rather than just going and maxing and then coming back to everything. Now I want to say you're going to see a couple of clips in this episode that still have that flashing and a few other issues like you see in this clip here, but I think I finally figured things out. Starting from this timestamp that you see here, if you see any other issues after that timestamp, please let me know, and I really appreciate all the feedback that you guys have given me trying to help me out with this stuff. But today I have finally defined the comp requirements. I found this spreadsheet from Biomaster Zap on Reddit, and I'm using that as a baseline. I made a few changes though, deleted a few redundant things. I'm not going to go over every single item here because that would just take a bunch of time, but you can find my copy of this down in the description below. However, the overarching goal of it is max, quest cape, achievement cape, music cape, Zuck helm, all permanent unlocks, so that includes things from like the Slayer shop, the Cluestone milestone rewards, auto weed, bones to peaches, those kinds of permanent unlocks. And then we'll be hunting the collection log for everything except for the ultra rares, but we're going to be looking to greenlog everything else. I've also added a few things like unlocking all of the graceful recolors. So again, you guys can find that spreadsheet in the description below. I'm not going to go over everything right now, but let's go ahead and get into the episode. If you recall, last time we were focused around unlocking birdhouses and the farming guild. And this episode is going to be focused around preparing for the Guardians of the Rift so that we can keep rushing MTA, if you recall from last episode. But I'm not going to get into the specifics just yet. I'll talk about that in a minute, but let's get into the progress. 21 Hunter, 22 Hunter, and 23 Hunter. Alright, I need to work on editing episode 2, so I will be here for a minute at these shooting stars, which is something that wasn't in the game back when I played. I remember them from RS2 and RS3. They were a little bit different though. But there is definitely comp requirements here, and especially the ring gives us a +4 invisible mining boost, which I think is going to be a good unlock to get early. As well as I need a couple mining levels for some quests that I'm going to do. There we go, 34 mining. I'm not going to record every level because I'm going to be AFKing, but there you go. You get your little dose of dopamine. So I did just get done editing that video, and this is the loot that you can see. We got a beginner clue and an easy clue, some gems, and we got 3,000, almost 3,000 Stardust really easily. And look at this, 50 mining. We went from 33 to 50 in, I don't know, a couple hours of completely AFKing. That was so fast. That was way faster than I was expecting it to. Just doing those shooting stars, I didn't expect to get that far. With that being said, we still have to complete like Motherlode mine, but I was thinking maybe doing those stars and trying to get everything we need from the stars up to like 70-ish mining so that we can use the upper level as soon as we get the nuggets for it at Motherlode mine. Maybe that's the way to go because Motherlode mine, you know, on the lower levels kind of sucks. But that's crazy fast. Shooting stars are, I see why so many people are constantly AFKing them. Oh, we can do volcanic mine now too for ultra compost. That's really big because we just started farming and stuff. Oh wait, the upper level for Motherlode mine is now 57? I thought the upper level was like, it was like 73 was what you needed. And we did get a beginner casket. Maybe we can actually get our first no. I was about to say our first collection log slot, but nope, we still don't have. I think we've done 17 beginners, still no slots from those. Oh yeah, we got the mystery box as well. And wow, got nothing. Okay. 24 Hunter, 25 Hunter. First farming contract done. Maybe we can get the back-to-back. Dwellberries. Nope, I had the wrong one. But these are so powerful because as you see, we just turned 3 sweet corn seeds into well, a bunch of seeds, including some herb seeds. The low level ones aren't super good, but it's still a huge return. So, and over time it just adds up a ton. Well, telling Delumbi we just got 33 magic, which means that we could technically go do MTA right now, but obviously we're a ton of rune short. 47 farming, which is important because that lets us do watermelons. 26 hunter, birdhouses early gamer, so OP. 27 hunter, 28 hunter, 29 hunter, 49 farming. All right, I found the guy that we spend the Stardust on. I think it's him, but I don't see a trade option. So it's this guy. So we can get the Celestial Ring The star fragments, I think that's what's used to recolor the prospector pieces, so that's 3,000 each, and then the ring is 2,000. So that's a steal, I would say. It really did not take us that long to get that. And oh yeah, that's another collection log slot. Okay, so this ring, I believe, provides a +4 mining boost passively, just wearing it. And then you can charge it. It gives you a 10% chance to get additional ores when mining. And now apparently that also works at Guardians of the Rift, but I'm not sure, but the charges required to do that use a Stardust, and I'm not sure if it's worth using those charges at Guardians of the Rift, but you guys should definitely let me know in the comments. Well, this has been a fun little quest. I forgot to bring a proper weapon, but this is Beneath Ice Mountain. Should be done once I kill this thing. Fun little quest. But while we're finishing this up, I think this would be a good time to chat a little bit about our plans for this episode. So I've been thinking a bit about our requirements and what we need to go do Guardians of the Rift properly. By the way, that's a strength level, 48 strength, 46 strength, excuse me. And so I've been thinking a little bit about what we need to do, and I came up with a list. We need to do the Temple of the Eye quest, which is required just to do the minigame, obviously. And then in list of priority order, I would say, we need to do the Troll Stronghold, because that's going to allow us to do to make Law Runes. I'm not sure if that changed. I don't think that was always a requirement. And to do the Troll Stronghold, we need to do Death Plateau. Then I want to get the Varrock Medium Diary. That's going to allow us to get more Essence. And for that, I need to do the Garden of Tranquility, which I should probably start like right after this, actually. And for that, we need to do Creature Frankenstrain. We need to do a Soul's Bane, Enlightened Journey for the Varrock Medium as well. And then a few other things I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to do the Eyes of Glowfree quest, because that's going to give us a nice chunk of runecrafting XP as well. Maybe not necessary, but that's going to get us a few extra levels, which may help us down the line. It's also going to get us a big chunk of magic XP, and so I need to do some other quests as well to get some magic XP. So I have the Watchtower done, and perhaps another, like Horror from the Deep maybe. And so that's what I'm looking at in terms of getting ready for the Guardians of the Rift. However, I decided to knock this out of the way, because in terms of side goals, I realize that's just another big list of quests, and I don't know if I want to do that again in terms of content. And also I want to get some more collection and completionist stuff out of the way. So I figure this Ruins of camdozaal mini game, if maybe that's the right way to put it, but there's various different training that you can do, and there's a bunch of collection log slots. And I'm right at that point where a normal Ironman would usually go hunt a rune scimitar by now, even though we're not really actively training melee. It's just kind of something you need. Well, why should I go kill however many fire giants, 200 fire giants or something, when I can just do this, get the collection log slots out of the way, and we'll get the barronite mace from greenlogging this. And the barronite mace is it's slightly worse than a rune scimitar, but it's a crush weapon. But regardless, we can get this out of the way, and we don't need to go kill a bunch of fire giants needlessly, because we're going to be greenlogging this anyways. And from the research I did, I don't think this takes that long to greenlog, but I need to figure out exactly how to do that. But I think first things first, I'm going to go start the Garden of Tranquility and get that going, so that it doesn't become a barrier down the line. 50 farming, cranking these out pretty quickly. So I had mentioned that I need to get Garden of Tranquility going, and to do that I need to do Creature of Frankenstrain, so that's what I'm doing over here in Mauritania. But I figured while I come over here I should knock out Ghosts Ahoy. The teleport's just really, really important for herb runs and, well, all the other Mauritania quests and whatever else. So it's just something good to get out of the way, and I think that's going to be kind of the theme of these quests is for these episodes is, well, we have this goal, so we're going to knock out a few quests to help us get there. Oh, and so now I'm just cooking some trouts because I need 20 cooking for the quest, so that's what we're doing now. Oh my god, finally! I've always done this quest with higher cooking levels, and I didn't realize that you could fail to make the nettle tea. Like, you just overboil it, I guess, and then it just turns into an empty bowl. But we got that now. God damn, that was it took me like 5 tries. All right, I had to re-record that clip because I noticed that OBS was doing the flickering thing again, which is frustrating. I feel like I figured things out, like it was fine for several clips, and then I got issues again. but I played around with some settings again, so I apologize with those quality issues, guys. Like, I don't really have a background in like audio or video production, so I'm figuring things out with YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. But I'm gonna keep playing with it until we get it right. But regardless, we just did finish Ghost Ahoy. We got a prayer level. And I was looking at the herb patches and stuff, and we still, I mean, this is pretty much the first teleport that we have to a consistent herb patch. I mean, we still need to have, like, we don't have access to Telly to Falador yet, anything like that. So we're not really in a position to do proper herb runs yet, but we'll be getting there. All right, another quick detour that we're taking is to do In Search of Myarchy. It's another one of those things that we have to get out of the way. And again, I was coming through Canifis anyways. I have an elite clue that requires it, and there's a bunch of stuff that I could get from elite clues that would be great, you know. I know it's pretty unlikely that I could complete it, but there's a chance. All right, I'm gonna have a fight, so I'm hoping I can safe spot it, maybe on one of these mushrooms or something like that, but this is the clue scroll. Oh no, he attacks with range, fuck, okay. Yeah, probably not. Tiki. Fuck. Alright, looks like we may need some range levels or something to actually kill that thing. I guess I'll hang on to the clue for now. I mean, it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to get a different elite clue that I could do. Anyways, that's In Search of the Myarchy. Remember when people used to actually train on these things? Alright, and that is Creature of Frankenstein for the Ring of Karos. This also does unlock the werewolf agility thing, I think. Oh, thieving. Nice. Thieving XP. I don't think there's any comp requirements we need to knock out there, but other than I think it's a diary task for Mauritania, right? But I don't think there's actually any completionist stuff we need to do. 31 Hunter. 32 Hunter. Finally got some back-to-back farming contracts done, so that's nice. Look at all these seeds. Can I open this one too? Just missed it, but that's 51 farming. These levels are zooming. Actually, I went to go do this farm run because I was waiting on the Garden of Tranquility stuff to grow, but it looks like it's done. There's Garden of Tranquility, which we need for the medium Baroque diary. 52 farming. Alright, I think it's about time we take a break from questing and go check out camdozaal, see what's going on down here. Alright, after doing some research on the wiki, I think I figured out what we gotta do. It seems like pretty much everything you get from mining minus 2 of the pieces for the barronite mace. So you need essentially like 1 piece from each activity, but then all the rest of this stuff here you get from mining and from like the geodes that you get. And then these are also permanent upgrades, so these are going to be you know, comp requirements as well. Not this is temporary, but the rest of these. So I think what we'll do is we'll go for mining first, since that's going to be the bulk of our activity, and then we'll go for luck, which is going to give us a better chance of getting those rares. All right, so we got our rune pickaxe and our celestial ring. Let's get to it. I think this activity is actually such a perfect example of like the spirit of this account, right? Most collection loggers you see are pretty much maxed, so they're coming to do this activity essentially just to green log it, right? But this is actually, I mean, pretty decent training for us, I imagine, or let's just say at level 50 mining, the XP that we're getting is not insignificant, right? It definitely helps. And so we're going to be getting some mining XP, some fishing XP, a little bit of other things while we knock this out of the way. And again, the barronite mace will actually be useful to us. Well, to a point, I should say the mace is useful, right? It's not like best in slot or anything, but I think we will actually be using that weapon. There we go. Like this guy over here, look at that. Yeah, so no hate on this guy. Okay, he's not actually maxed. He's got 80 mining and 80 smithing, but I mean, who's getting more value out of this, you know? That's what I'm saying. All right, first inventory of these things. I had to grab a hammer from the bank. Again, this is where most of the collection log slots would come from. So we just used them on the anvil like that. Oh, there it is, thanks to this guy. So we just crushed those, and it looks like we should need 400 of these to complete the log, or at least what we need from those, because most of the items are 1 in 350 for the unique. So we may or may not get something here. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, looks like we got about 500 shards, so at that rate, should be about 5 inventories to get the upgrades. And there's 51 mining. I'll tell you what, I had a comment mention that it seems like when you go for collection log stuff that XP is just passive. And that's kind of how I feel with all of this. Like, I mean, look at these insane stats we got from Wintertodd and that whole grind. And the XP just seems to be flowing in without even really trying, which is, it's interesting. It just feels really different. Like usually with mining specifically, you're grinding out like 60s for a bunch of quests, right? I'm like almost at the stats I feel like that I need to get a quest cape, you know? Like we're really not that far off. Like some of these artisan skills, you know, you'd think I'm a little bit far off, but I don't think it would be hard to get, you know, 70 something crafting, especially with all the resources that we have in the bank and the stuff that we've been collecting. Same thing with herb lore. Like herb lore is just that traditional like difficult Ironman skill, but we're already at 45 and we have a bunch of herbs in the bank. I've now seen several people pop out of this hole with shadows on, and so I looked up, apparently this quest is required for Desert Treasure 2, so is down there, is that where the Whisper is located maybe? It feels nice coming back to old school after such a long time. Hey, perfect timing, 41 smithing, and we got our first thing, the Commando Hammer broken. So I gotta fix that. I believe it requires these shards though, so I think I'm gonna hold off. I'm probably just gonna put it in the bank for now because I want to use those shards for the permanent unlocks. Yeah, the smithing XP is something I just glossed over really quickly, but you get smithing XP from this, which is pretty sweet. Again, that amount of smithing XP would probably be insignificant if I was like 80s or something like that, but hey, at these levels it adds up. Mystery box. Oh, actually that's pretty nice. So there's actually, I've seen a lot of like high-level accountants doing this activity, and I wonder why. I mean, leave a comment. I don't know why any high-level accountants do this. I mean, I'm sure some of them are collection logging maybe, but it couldn't be all of them. There's a lot of people. But anyways, we got enough shards now to unlock the mining buff, so I assume that would be the best one to knock out. Probably luck next to increase our luck. And I'm going to hammer out this inventory, but I think I'm going to go move on now to do the rest of the quests and whatnot on our list, or the rest of the Guardians preparations, because this is actually pretty AFK. I imagine the fishing's pretty AFK as well. And so today is Sunday, so I can actually do those quests and stuff, but tomorrow I go back to work, so this seems like something that I could potentially do while doing some work. I need a dragon bone for the Watchtower quest, so let's grab a Dragonfire shield. We're not going to do Dragon Slayer just yet. I have some reasons for that, but we will grab that. There's the Watchtower quest and a really nice chunk of magic XP. And we're now a friend of the ogres, so that's another positive as well. 39 magic. Damn, I was hoping to get a slightly higher. What is it? A 41 I think I need for teleport to house. Oh, we're all like basically there. Okay, we'll teleport a couple times. So basically we can now teleport to Falador and teleport to house, which is really big. It was my best way to get to Falador previously was pretty much either games necklacing to Berthorpe or teleporting Varrock and running. So this is going to help with farm runs a lot. So we knocked out Enlightened Journey, which is on our list. And while we were at it, I decided to knock out all of the achievement diary tasks as well as unlock all of the routes, because those again are permanent unlocks, so therefore comp requirements. Let's go finish off the Barrock medium requirements, I should say, and go do a Soul's Bane. 40 magic. Big XP reward. That took actually a lot longer than I remember it doing. 33 Hunter. There's Death Plateau. Alright, that was pretty quick. That's Troll Stronghold complete, and we can now make law runes. I don't think this always was a requirement for making law runes, right? This must have changed. Also grabbed myself a few pairs of climbing boots just to have them. Alright, so to review, we've done pretty much everything we need to for this episode. The other thing we had to do is complete Temple of the Eye, as well as the Varrock Medium Diary, and I wanted to do the Ives of Glowfree as well. But the thing is that's actually going to be a priority now, because I realized that for the Varrock Medium Diary, we need a dig site pendant. And so the Eyes of Glowfree requires 46 magic, but it also gives me a chunk of magic XP that should get me to 47. That is the bar crawl complete. Need to do that because I decided to do Horror of the Deep. It's not going to get us a ton of magic XP, it's going to get us some, but it's also going to get us a bunch of range XP. As you can see, my range level is 1. Alright, I'm somewhat prepared here. I've got Chaos Runes and Death Runes, so I can utilize some more powerful spells, but let's see how this goes. Okay, looks like the first guy I can save spot, so... Alright, Dagonoth Mother time. Wish me luck. Okay, looks like she starts off in the wind spell mode, so that's good because I can only do but I do not have protect from range, unfortunately. Oh lord. Oh no. Yep, no, that's not gonna work. Alright, that is the Varrock Easy Diary done. Just gotta go claim it. Alright, I figured out how we're gonna get 46 magic. I actually need the points anyways to get a mud rune for the Eyes of Glowfree as well. 42 magic. Hey, that's 46 magic. Well, essentially we're 4 XP off. We'll teleport away. And let's see here, we're at 96 telekinetic points, which means after buying a mud rune we'll be at 95. And that means we've only got, let's see, about 1,580 to go. Alright, and that is the Eyes of Glowfree. Bunch of really good XP for this quest. Back in the day before, whatchamacallit, the new minigame, this is what you did for your first runecrafting levels, generally speaking. And 47 magic, so we can now make our dig site necklace. 53 farming. It's actually been so weird that my actual limiting factor with farming has been access to teleports. Oh shoot, I wasn't recording. That's 55 farming though, which is pretty nice because we can now do cacti as well as mahogany trees. Mahogany trees are a really nice chunk of XP. Where did I get 47 from? That's alright though, Wizard's Mind Bomb will do it, so now we just do that, and there we go. We got the dig site pendant. And I know what you're all doing. You're screaming at your screens right now. Why'd you only make one? Well, I'll show you. 34 Hunter. Now, I don't actually need to complete this quest, but might as well while we're here. Alright, and that is the Giant Dwarf. Nice chunk of XP. We should get a few levels there, I think. This is why I needed to come to Keldegrim, to grab myself a gold leaf. And now, on essentially a 1k total Ironman, we are going to grab the mounted dig site pendant. And now we'll just spend 200k on the portal nexus room. No boosting required. There we go. And that's why I didn't worry about making more of these things, because I only need one. Oh, that is so sweet. I mean, look at my house. It's got nothing in it, but I've got a mounted dig site pendant. The Xerix talisman would be really nice to get out of the way too, but we need a bunch of fangs. Then looking at the portal nexus itself, we could build the gilded portal nexus easily without boosting as well. The issue is primarily just getting the runes. Now whenever I finish up my farm runs, I can just grab my stuff from the farming guild bank, teleport to the house. Yeah, of course this door's open. Teleport to the house. Head over to Fossil Island to do my birdhouse run. So farming's going to be zooming now too. 35 Hunter, 52 mining. Oh hey, I wasn't paying attention, but we got a collection log slot. Okay, apparently this gives us 1 kudos at the museum. Hey, another collection log slot. No idea what that does either. Alright, before we go open these geodes, we can now get the luck upgrades. Hey, 43 smithing. Missed it because I'm AFKing, but that's 53 mining and 1100 total. Hey, another collection log slot, and that's the barronite head. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm just missing these two things, which are also kudos. Fishing permanent buff just unlocked. Hey, check that out. Don't know what that's for. Ooh, back to back. I think that's... is that all of the museum stuff that we need? Alright, looks like we're just missing this necklace thing, and then we're done with those geodes. 37 Hunter, 44 smithing, 1 more permanent unlock to go. We've also now, just in the last couple of inventories, gotten to dupe hammers. Don't think that's useful for anything. 54 mining, more dupes. Alright, we're still hunting down the last thing for the museum from those geodes, but we did get all of the permanent unlocks, so that's done. Comp requirement out of the way. Another one of these guys. Okay. It is what it is, and that's 45 smithing. Hey, speak of the devil, there it is. So if we take a look at the camdozaal log, we got everything we need except for the last mace pieces. The hammer, well, actually, let's go do that right now. Okay, I had to be careful, make sure I didn't smelt all of these, but I have 2 now. I'm going to turn 2 of these into the hammers just so I have an extra one. I don't think you need one, but I don't know, maybe one will become a clue scroll requirement or something like that later on. So that's 1, and there's the collection log slot. So this, from what I understand, is just a wieldable hammer. Alright, now we're going to kill some of these guys. Drop rate for the other mace piece is 1 in 150, I believe. Shit, I wasn't recording, but that was fast. Nice. We get that almost instantly from fishing. The only problem is I think I spent the rest of my shards. I don't think I have enough to actually make it. Okay, for the mace we need 1,500 shards and the pieces, so I guess I'll do a little bit more mining until we get the shards. 55 mining. I definitely don't want to understate how much I actually appreciate the XP from this place. I mean, I just came to knock these out and we got 4 or 5 smithing levels and 4 or 5 mining levels. All right, time to finish up this log and get our barronite mace. There we go, barronite mace, and that's greenlog, and that is our new best in slot melee weapon. We're gonna look like such a noob doing some low-level slayer with this thing, but hey, it's pretty cool, and it's just slightly worse than a rune scimitar, and we might get lucky on a rune scimitar later down the line, but with this I don't feel like we have really a need to hunt for it. But this is what the log looks like afterwards. I did get a couple extra of these things just from those last shards that I collected, but from what I've seen on Reddit and whatnot, generally speaking, you're not going to have that problem of not having enough shards. Let's turn these relics in for the kudos. Full max kudos is a comp requirement as well. Oh, and beginner casket. Still nothing. I've done 18 beginners now, not a single collection log slot. And that is the Varrock medium diary done. All right, claiming these easy and medium Varrock diaries. Now we have the Varrock armor 2. And with that, we should have everything we need to go do the rune crafting minigame. Now, I'm going to use this little lamp on prayer because I need all the help I can get with prayer. That should be a level as well, 34. At least until we get up to 43, maybe even a bit higher, because after that, I think prayer is going to be pretty much passive nowadays. And then the other one, since we can't use it on prayer, we'll use it on herb lore. I know many of you will likely argue that hey, there's an herb lore level as well. I know that many of you will likely argue that prayer is probably not the best use for them, and you may be right. However, I really just want to rush 43 prayer. A lot of stuff I have right now is kind of gated behind that. And also herb lore, I'm not too concerned about. But anyways, I think that's going to be the episode. We have knocked out the barronite mace, greenlog, camdozaal. We've also got the Varrock medium diary, as well as all the preparations we need for the Guardians of the Rift. Other than next episode, we're going to start off that episode by doing the Guardians of the Rift quest and grinding out some Guardians of the Rift, grinding out some rune crafting for the runes we need for MTA. I'm also going to be working on some other side goals next episode as well to mix things up. It's been a ton of fun. I really don't recall having this much fun playing RuneScape. Oh, the other thing we knocked out today is we got the mounted dig site pendant because we have a ridiculous construction level, 84 construction on a low level account. So we've got our new best in slot melee weapon for the time being, as well as the Varrock armor 2. We are ready to go grind out rune crafting next episode, and I'm excited because that's a completely new minigame for me. I've never touched it before. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you so much for the support on the recent videos. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, please follow along. Oh, and also go join the Discord. I think BA is something that I'm going to want to work on in the relatively near future, so I'd love to have some people to go do that with. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you look on the screen now, you will see the playlist for this series if you hadn't seen the previous episodes, so you can go check that out.